talk about Week 18, and let's talk about how the Cowboys can possibly get the first seed, possibly the second seed, but more than likely we're going to be snug at the 5th seed. So I have a couple scenarios here. I have the first seed scenarios, what we'd have to do, the second seed, and then what would happen if we stayed at the 5th seed. So first seed. So for the Cowboys to get this first seed, obviously the Cowboys have to win. The Giants need to beat the Eagles, and the Cardinals need to beat the 49ers. Like, not only do we have to take care of business and smoke the Washington Commanders, we need to have the Giants beat up on a Eagles team that's probably going to have Jalen Hurts back, who's definitely going to be trying to get something rolling going into playoffs. And then a Cardinals team that's basically mailed it in has to play against one of the best teams in the NFL, the 49ers. The 49ers are going to be fighting back because they have a chance to secure the first seed. First seed looks almost, I'm not going to say impossible, but first seed almost looks out of reach at this point.
There's a lot of things that need to fall perfectly in place.
It's not just winning, you got it. You got to win, and then you need 2 very good football teams to lose.
Right.
One of those good football teams needs to lose to an inferior opponent. I could see the Giants beating the Eagles.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals beating the 49ers, I don't think we're seeing it. If we get the first seed, obviously we get a first round bye. We make it right to the divisional round. The second seed, now this is more plausible. All we need to get the second seed is the Cowboys take care of business and beat the Washington Commanders, and then the Giants beat the Eagles.
Then we're number 2.
We get a home game. We pretty much get home field throughout the playoffs until we play the first seed. If the first seed gets knocked out, then you basically have home field until the Super Bowl. So second seed's still good, but there's a kicker. If we get the second seed, there's a very realistic chance we play Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And we all know how the Cowboys have been the last 2 times they played against Aaron Rodgers in playoffs.
Between Brady and Rodgers, who do you think we have a better shot at?
The way I look at it, if you want to be a Super Bowl team, you have to be able to beat either of those guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would like to have the home field. The Cowboys haven't lost in AT&T Stadium this year. So I would like for them to have home field. And I would like to see us beat Aaron Rodgers at home. I think we're the better football team. I think we're the better football team than the Packers and the Bucs. We should be able to beat both of them, but there's this stigma about both those quarterbacks.
Well,
we have a hard time against them.
Look at how they can both just automatically just turn up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the scary
thing.
thing.
Aaron Rodgers this weekend and Brady this week. Both of them this weekend, it's like, okay, well, I guess either one of them are going to pose major issues for us because it can be a lot of this mental game going into it. We don't win against these 2 quarterbacks.
And hopefully we would get over that mountaintop. The other 2 teams that we could possibly play if we had the second seed would be the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks, which both those teams are obviously a favorable matchup. And this is why the second seed's important, because you are going to play against a less caliber opponent. But more than likely, if we get the second seed, it's going to be against Green Bay. If Green Bay wins, I'm pretty sure they're in. So it's Green Bay versus Detroit week 18. So whoever wins out of that game is, and if we get second seed, that's who we play. So we'll know this. We'll have our games already done, and then we'll be able to watch that game. And if we're second seed,
feel Mr. Campbell and the Lions can take Rodgers down.
You feel it?
I feel it.
And that's a divisional matchup. And it'll be fun to watch. But that's how we get the second seed. The 5th seed, which we have right now, if the Eagles win or Cowboys lose, we're in the 5th seed, playing the Buccaneers no matter what. The Bucs have already secured the 4th seed. If the Cowboys lose or the Eagles win, we're 5th seed. Tom Brady has been a Cowboys killer. The Cowboys have never beat Tom Brady. So it would be kind of nice to send him into retirement with a loss. To be honest, I would love to see it. So those are kind of our spots that we can end up in the playoffs. And if I had to pick, obviously a first round bye would be sweet because it gets us automatically to the divisional. But I just want home games. So first or second seed would be ideal.
Jeremiah says, I think that I trust the Cowboys on the road.
We've only lost on the road, though. All 4 losses have been, we did lose. We did lose to the Bucs week 1 at home. So we've lost once at home and we've lost 3 times on the road.
Yeah, well, more importantly, it's about playing a good football game week 18 here.
Yep.
To jump ahead, to be quite honest, I'm comfortable with the Cowboys playing all of those teams. I think Tom Brady has shown, as much as I agree, you don't want to face Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. It's still every year, every game is a little bit more age. I think that we should have had Green Bay. There was key mistakes there that cost us the game. And with the Buccaneers, it's a different football team. From every football team's different from week 1 to week 18. So I just hope that we improved enough that, we can come in there and smack them, because we did get smacked around, but it's certainly the Bucs definitely look like they have digressed more than improved throughout the season.
If you think you're going to be a Super Bowl champion, any of those 6 other NFC teams, you have to be able to beat them. I mean, they're all scary. Like, every team has great. That's why they're in the playoffs.
Dak can't fix his turnovers. We done again by divisional. Dak can throw a turnover, and turnovers can happen, and we can still succeed, which we have at times. But yeah, Dak needs to get those demons out of his fucking bucket before we make it to the before we head into the playoffs. And then 1503 Josie Martinez says, so if we go to Tampa and we beat them, who would you rather play the next game?
I honestly, at that point, we're 1-0 in the playoffs. Bring anyone on. Bring anyone on. Anyone left is going to be tough. You're either going to be playing the Eagles or the 49ers, which they're both going to, like, if the Eagles get the first bye, you're going to have one of those teams in the divisional. So it's not going to get easier. It's only going to get harder. So get battle tested and then prepare for it.